You don't know what's out there.
That's why I would go.
Hi, and welcome back to Wild Dream, where we give you the freshest takes on the latest movies. My name is David.
My name's Daniel.
And my name is Mo.
And we will not be giving fresh takes on latest movies today.
Not this time around.
We've got a little special bottle episode for you. If you read the title, you kind of already know what's going on. But if you're a real listener, you just tapped on the Wild Dream thing right on your Spotify and just hit play because you don't care what the fuck we're doing. You're just going to listen
Blind
no matter what.
support, blind loyalty. That's all we ask for. That's
We just want you to follow us no matter what we do, what we say, how we do it, who we do.
What clothes we're wearing, if we're wearing any clothes, like anything. Yeah, just listen.
Yes.
And you can imagine whatever you want.
We have a very special guest on the podcast today. Our friend Mo is back on the pod for yet another list episode. Mo, how you feeling?
You know, I'm feeling good. Feeling great. That's it.
Are you excited for today's episode?
Yeah, I'm really excited because my theme is really good.
Yeah.
Now, I will say you have been in town for a little bit and you were able to catch some of the movies that me and Dan have reviewed recently. Is that correct?
That is correct. I saw Bring Her Back and Friendship.
And what was your favorite part and least favorite part of spending time with Daniel at the movie theater?
Well, he didn't give me a hand job, so that's my least favorite part.
Okay.
But
Wait,
I gave you a blowjob, so that was your favorite part.
Exactly. And that's where I was heading. That's where my head.
And speaking of heading,
Yeah.
I was giving head
Yeah.
to you
Right.
in the theater.
Yeah, I wanted a hand job, a blowjob. You know,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
It is
I wanted both.
what it is.
Well, we got the end result we were looking for. That's all.
All right, so Daniel, do you want to introduce what kind of episode we're doing today? We're doing a new type of bottle episode that we've never done before.
Yes, this is a first time for us, but this was a fun idea and I'm excited for it. But it was pretty simple. The idea was, hey, we should make a small list of movies that belong to a category of our own choosing. So it was a very, very vague prompt, but it was exciting to kind of get some ideas flowing for if I made a list of 5 movies that blank, or what have you. So that's what we're doing today. We each have a list of 5 movies, and each of those lists is going to belong to a different kind of category that we ourselves came up with and created. For the purpose of this podcast, and we are blind revealing them to each other as well. So, I'm excited.
Me too.
Me too.
Now,
Me 3.
we have not, I mean, I know what Mo's category is because he was very excited to tell me. But other than that, we haven't really shared these categories with each other. So
Right.
I will say this before we get into it. If you yourself wants to make a list,
Yes.
your own list, and send it in to us, we will post your list or share your list on our socials. Or maybe we'll talk about them in the next episode. We'll see.
Yeah. So send us a list. Whatever you want. I'll go first.
Cool.
All right. I'm going first.
Whoa.
Daniel's turn.
Stop. I'm nervous.
Stop. Seriously, stop.
Seriously, fucking stop.
Stop it.
Seriously,
Quit.
stop.
Hey.
Seriously,
Hey.
Daniel.
Quit it. Hey.
Daniel. Enough.
Hey, settle down, okay?
Cut it out. All right, here it is. This is my list. This is a list of 5 red flag movies. I kept that for brevity's sake. These are 5 movies that if someone told me it was their favorite movie, I would be like, I don't think we're gonna get along.
That's a good idea for a list.
I'm just gonna go from 5 all the way up to 1. I'm going to start with number 5. Now, I want to say this. Number 5 is kind of a tie between 2 types of films, and you'll see that this is a common theme, that it's hard to just say one movie. It's kind of a whole subgenre. But the reason that this is number 5 is because I have never actually met someone who says, oh, this is my favorite movie of all time, luckily. So it's not very realistic. But if they did, this might actually be number 1, like truthfully. But number 5, it's a tie between... Number 5 is a tie between any of the God's Not Dead.
Oh,
What was the most recent one with the?
I forget what it's called.
I don't remember.
The
It was-
one about the sex trafficking.
Yes, I
Where, like
forget.
all the libs are sex trafficking and all.
Oh, the one that
The one that Jesus
Gibson
Christ
made.
was in. Yeah.
Mel Gibson made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom, movies like this, right? Where it's just red pill right wing propaganda. Or like overly religious stuff that's just about God and Jesus Christ.
It's like
and,
bigotry on TV.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I've
Strange.
never seen any of those movies, but I do know that Timothy has seen some of them. And I know that Timothy is religious, and he has seen God's Not Dead, and I think he's seen God's Not Dead too. And he said that the funniest
Made a
slash
second one?
God's Not Dead 2? I didn't know that was a thing.
100%
God's
real.
Not Dead 2, Aliver.
He said that the funniest
Aliver.
slash worst
Barely know
part
her.
of those movies is that they really do make it to where it's like everyone who is not a Christian, not just like an atheist, but not a Christian, is the worst piece of shit you've ever fucking met in your life.
Yeah, like you have to stay away from them.
Yeah, like cuts
Yeah.
people. Like it's like, oh, this guy's a Sikh, so he cuts me off in traffic, slams on his brakes, flips me off, says "fuck you, bitch," because he's not a Christian.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
And you know, the weird thing is Christians, at least, you know, in Texas, where I'm from exclusively.
Yeah, we wouldn't know. We're in Colorado.
Yeah, y'all are born and raised in Colorado. But no, in Texas, I know Christian families who like legit think like that. They think like if you're not Christian, you are worse than them. And it's such a weird brain dead fucking weird thing to, I don't know.
I don't know if I would rather the elitist viewpoint or the condescending, sympathetic viewpoint. You know what I'm saying?
I think they just go
all
hand in hand.
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah.
They really do.
But no, so that's one half. That one is tied with, again, this is never met anyone who said that this is their favorite movie, but it's probably that way because I'm not friends with them. But I will also put in this category number 5, any concert movie. So
The Taylor Swift concert movie is my favorite.
if I said what is your favorite movie of all time, and it's the Taylor Swift Eras movie, concert movie, I don't want to associate with you.
Those aren't movies.
They play in the theaters and they do numbers
They
at the
are
box
called
office.
like concert movies because they also have like behind the scenes and like them getting
Yeah.
ready and like actually going on the tour.
They
So,
had
like,
a
you remember-
Jonas Brothers one too. A Beyonce one was pretty recent as well.
Yeah,
Like you remember like
Beyonce one.
Zach Galifianakis live at the Purple Onion? Mm-hmm. That's like what concert movies are. Like that's how they are, where they have like those intercuts of him just like walking around town and
I mean, I guess I did see the Taylor Swift movie.
there was none of that.
There was none of that. It was
What the
it was just music.
Oh, the Michael Jackson one had like all kinds of stuff, like extra stuff. in
I
it.
do remember the Michael Jackson one. It
Yeah.
had like a lot of cutscenes of like his life and his family and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
It's not that I've met anyone who actually says that. Hey, this is my favorite. That's why these are number 5, is because I've never met anyone who actually said either of these subcategories are their favorite movies. But if they did, it'd be a major red flag. Okay, so that's out of the way. That's number 5. Number four. I'm now. Before I say this, I'm going to mention some movies that are not bad movies. They are just red flag movies to me. Okay, number 4. With that being said, is The Dark Knight. If The Dark Knight is your favorite movie of all time, there is a very high chance that you are an incel and that you are
But
like,
wait, have you even thought about the fact that we live in a society?
and that you idolize the Joker and you use the Joker's anarchist, nihilistic viewpoint as a reason to hate women and think that you're just some misunderstood genius. So there's a lot of very, very cringy people that just love this movie because why so serious?
Well, it's crazy because I remember watching that movie and going, "That's the bad guy."
Right.
A lot of people didn't.
But
With the Joker?
Yeah, a lot of people were like, "Wait, no, he's actually speaking the truth. He's actually trying to liberate the city." And I was like, "No, he's killing a bunch of people. He's a pretty bad guy."
Yeah.
yeah, some men want to just watch the world burn, they say about him. And he's like, like, exactly. I just want to fucking kill everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he's psychotic.
And it's like, why? And he's like, cause I'm fucking
I'm the Joker, baby.
because I'm the Joker,
I'm
baby.
the Joker, baby. Well, it's funny too because every time I watch that movie, I find another mistake. Like there's so many like editing mistakes and the constant changing of the aspect ratio in that movie drives me crazy. So like, there's a lot of flaws in that movie.
Yeah, but like Daniel said, it's a good movie. The
It is.
trilogy is great. But in 2025, if it's your favorite movie, you're probably an incel.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like it's what it spawned. You know, it spawned this weird wave of just
People didn't watch the
cringy
movie
incel
properly.
guys. Yeah.
They
And
didn't really understand who the villain was, even though it's not a fucking mystery.
Yeah.
It's not
yeah.
trying to hide who the villain is.
Exactly. So now again, that's pretty low because it's just the chance of that. It's not, you know, I rarely meet anyone who's like, I love The Dark Knight, also QAnon. But you know, I've seen a lot of people on the internet and stuff who are of that type. So it's always a risk. I'll go number 3 here. I'll go. I'm actually not going to do a specific movie. A Disney movie. Like an actual made for kids animated Disney movie. If it's your favorite movie of all time, I am going to question if you understood that you could pick any movie you want.
What if it's a kid?
Well,
You didn't think about that, did you?
You're fucked.
yeah, you're right. I guess I wasn't thinking about kids
If an
like y'all
actual
were.
child was like, but even then, if
Yeah, we care about children. Have you not seen Sound of Freedom? Jesus. This
he
guy
needs to learn.
This guy needs to find Christ.
These guys need to find Christ.
Yeah, so Disney adults, we all know that they are freaky people a lot of the time.
Almost insufferable. 100% of the time.
And so they scare me, and I'm curious what y'all think, because do y'all think it would be worse or better if their favorite movie of all time that was a Disney movie was a recent one or one from their childhood?
Worse or better?
Worse if it's a newer one because the newer
I agree.
ones. I mean, I was gonna say the newer ones suck. Meaning
Old head. Old head.
That's more of like the remakes
Boomer.
because like Encanto was really good.
Yeah, I think it's worse. I think it's more of a red flag if it's a newer movie that came out while you were an adult. There's no nostalgia attached to it.
Right. Yeah, I feel like if you're a Disney adult, it has to be attached to nostalgia. It has to be like I went here as a kid and it was the happiest time of my life. Or
Yeah.
these movies are what made me happy when I was a kid and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's fine. But you still have trauma that you haven't addressed in therapy. And that's why you love Disney movies still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for your favorite movie, like, yeah, if they said like Toy Story 1, I'm like, yeah, I could get it. If you were like really into animation and you understood like what, you know, the leaps and bounds that they made in animation while making Toy Story. And that's why you loved it so much.
It freaks me out. I just don't like the idea of Disney adults. They scare me in a certain way. And so
Do you like any Disney movies? Obviously not your favorite movies.
Finding Nemo rocks, man.
And you think it still holds up?
Yes, I could watch that any day and still be entertained by it.
Okay.
So that one's I love Finding Nemo. That's the only one off the top of my mind that
Thomas Newman.
still lives up. But
Thomas Newman. One of the goats. That soundtrack is one of the best of all time.
all right, so number 2. Number 2 is going to be
Number 2. We're just starting this.
just like I said earlier, it's not about if the movies are quality or not. It's just about the vibe that the person who likes it so much gives off. Number 2 is going to be The Wolf of Wall Street. If this is your favorite movie of all time, I am going to assume that you are a fucking douchebag and that you did not understand that Jordan Belfort was a bad person and that everything in the movie is something that you should not aspire to want to do. But unfortunately, most fucking fratty douchebag business majors were like, dude, I want to go scam a bunch of people now.
I want to be just like Jordan Belfort.
Oh, wait,
would
wait.
you do
I
that?
can't aspire to fuck Margot Robbie?
Well, we didn't say that.
Okay.
That's the one.
So clarify that.
But you remember how he treated Margot Robbie in the movie?
I would never.
And he also cheated on his wife to be with Margot Robbie.
That's fine.
Okay.
So-
this guy
Yeah.
loves The Wolf of Wall Street.
So that one's pretty simple. I mean, it's just a bunch of douchebag tech bro business.
I also
major.
just think about just frat bros in general.
bro, that was so sick.
I wish I could party like that.
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
I mean, they made it. I've been getting dirty money, Jordan Belfort. They made
Yeah.
a fucking song that every time I was around frat guys,
Yeah.
in the college years. that song
Also,
was on.
no shot. They're like when I think of like your favorite movie, I would assume it's a movie you've seen a couple of times. These guys are really sitting down for 3 fucking hours every now and then.
Look, I mean, The Wolf of Wall Street is a fantastic movie. Me and Daniel were talking about this. It's a good movie.
It's good.
It's just, if you're calling it your favorite movie, the odds are you're calling it your favorite movie because you idolize Jordan Belfort.
Exactly. And right
It's
now,
so fucking.
you know,
I remember when we watched that movie for the first time at like midnight. Like we started it at midnight. I was like, this is a bad idea.
Did you finish it?
Yeah. I was like, this is a Martin Scorsese movie. They're about to start at midnight.
that's number 2. Number 1, speaking of fraternity brothers, number 1 is going to be Step Brothers. If your favorite movie of all time is Step Brothers, my friend, I have some very bad news for you. You think you are the funniest one in your group. You are not even the second or third funniest in your group. But boy, oh boy, you are so fucking convinced that you are. You are insufferably unfunny.
You stupid bitch.
You try very hard to be funny, which is the antithesis of being funny. And you have...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You have got to get out there and you have got to watch some more movies, man. 2008 is gone. It is over with. It's done. Comedy moves and flows so rapidly and often. And I probably will say any Will Ferrell movie. If it is your favorite movie of all time. I just find Step Brothers to be one of the most annoying ones, so that's why it's for me.
But yeah, like even if it was like Talladega Nights.
Yeah, it's just like,
or
brother,
something
you
like that.
have it's.
I would put Talladega Nights over Step Brothers for red flag movies, to be honest. But Step Brothers is the more popular one that you hear more often, so I get why it's on your list.
Yeah.
But what about like in that same era of movie, like if someone said Borat was their favorite movie? I feel like that's another one that
I would say that's a red flag.
yeah.
TBH.
I think like for the same reason. Like I'm like if someone says Borat is their favorite movie, they still think saying my life is actually funny and not ironic.
And there's a chance that they could be just kind of an edgelord and they just like offensive
Yeah.
anything, you know. So yeah, that's just there is a certain person, man, who
Do you like, or have you ever liked Step Brothers?
no.
Okay.
I will say that's one of the few, you know, because I remember Talladega Nights was fine when I first watched it. I have watched it recently, and it's fucking awful, by the way.
Talladega Nights does not hold
It
up.
sucks. Anchorman holds up. It is really funny.
Yeah. Anchorman's good.
It is really funny. But yeah, just there's so many of those. And I thought about it recently when we were at the gym and they were playing Blades of Glory. And I was like, I've never even seen Blades of Glory. But I
think that movie holds
But
up.
I
to
can
be honest.
assume what it's like. You know what I mean? It's just like all these Will Ferrell movies are just so. What's the one with the basketball?
Tropic Thunder.
No,
Tropic Thunder.
no, the ones with basketball.
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
No.
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro. The name of the team is Tropic Thunder.
Tropicals. The Tropicals.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like people that idolize those movies a lot.
That's fair.
And you know, it's like it's not just you know, just to add even more context, it's not just the guy who thinks he's the funniest in the group and is not at all. But it's also like the type of dude who would show you a meme on Facebook. You'd be like, "Oh man!"
Like,
you
and
know what I mean?
not just show you a meme. Like, you guys are in the middle of something.
Yeah. And he's like, dude, you gotta see this.
Yeah, it's like it's so urgent.
Yeah, and you're like in a public, crowded area where you can't even hear the phone. And he's like, no, watch this, bro.
Yeah.
Watch this, bro. And it's like AI. It's like so.
It's coworker humor.
It's oh my god,
Yeah.
bro. Coworker humor, exactly.
I went to college with a couple of people like that. It's
yeah.
actually kind of crazy.
Timothy.
So-
Timothy.
Imagine, but yeah,
the
that's
thing about it too is like I also think of that person as the kind of person who says a joke and then brings it up again like really soon after like no one laughed. Like
Yeah.
right because and then they say it again and you're like
They beat it down.
and then like we make fun of that all the time, the
Yeah.
three of us.
Call of Duty is their favorite game. They still just only play Call of Duty. They don't play any other FPSs. Like, there's just so much that is about that archetype of person that would be, oh, my favorite movie of all time is Step Brothers. That is just so
You can almost
not evolved.
Yeah.
It's like they're stuck, you know, and
Like they remember who played quarterback at in high school.
yeah, they still wear Curve. Like, that's their cologne of choice is Curve.
curve from in the gold bottle.
Yeah.
Bruh.
You know?
I swore to God that was going to give me the most pussy in high school. It didn't.
What?
Then what did?
It kind of did.
Wait, then what did? Because I was there.
My big dick.
Anyways, that is my list. Those were 5 red flag movies. David, We're going to sandwich you in the middle since you have a what seems to be depressing list.
Mine's very lighthearted, so
Yeah,
it's good
this-
to
Yeah,
get in
we'll,
there.
we'll bring Mo will bring it home and keep the
I'm all
emotions.
about the good vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's really like that.
Hey, Crody, chill.
Crody.
No, like that's so true.
Fair share.
Oh, fair share.
So for my list, this is something that we kind of talked about on stream. I think it might have been during a Just Chatting stream. I don't really remember. But it's very similar to a playlist that I have on Spotify. I have a playlist on Spotify called Songs That Make Me Cry Every Single Time Without Fail. It's the full name of the playlist. And this is a list of movies that make me cry every single time
Without fail.
without fail.
Nice.
It's kind of like I was trying to go like both for like movies that make me cry every single time, but then also like movies that like these are like the saddest movies I've ever seen. And I'm not saying they're the saddest movies ever, just the ones that I thought they made me the saddest. That's how a better way of putting it. These are the movies that make me the saddest and usually make me cry. And I'm curious to see if you guys would have any of these movies on your list as well.
Okay.
Honorable mention, I will say, is two movies. Honorable mention is both Moana and Coco. Partially because those movies came out very soon after my grandmother passed away, and those movies both have a grandmother that passes away. So I was just like,
Spoiler
I was
alert.
like, well, they're cheating.
Coco made me tear up. To
Yeah.
my surprise, I was like randomly watching it with my niece, and I was like getting into it, and I was like, "Damn, this shit's kind of sad."
Yeah. And number five.
Number 5.
This was a hard one to choose, actually.
Okay.
Because it came down between two movies, and one of them is sadder than the other one, and the other one made me cry more. But I'm gonna go with this one. It came down to between Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Requiem for a Dream, and I decided on Requiem for a Dream because Eternal Sunshine does not make me as emotional anymore because I feel like I'm in a good and healthy and loving relationship. But if you're not in one, and if you're like having a lot of issues in a relationship or you recently went through a breakup, that movie will fuck you up. Eternal Sunshine will absolutely decimate. We're using that word wrong, by the way. Decimate your ass if you've recently gone through a breakup. So Requiem for a Dream still makes me sad. I remember the first time watching it, and like Dana will be like, "This movie's so fucked up, and don't tell mom that you watched it. 'Cause it's so bad."
I'm a bad influence, man.
And that movie is so fucked up, and it is so bad, but it is fucking sad. Like, we don't think about that movie about how fucking sad it is. Like,
Yeah.
when you think of like the ending shot of that movie of just them cutting between the different characters, just folding up into the fucking fetal position as they go through like how awful their life is and like where they're at now. It is so fucked up. The mom in the movie is honestly one of the saddest plot lines of the entire movie, you know, and just seeing like her entire mental breakdown and the scenes of like her head being shocked. It's like that movie's insane and it's really fucked up, but it's also really, really fucking sad. And I remember the first
It
time
is.
watching it, like crying because I was just like, man, like these were kids. Like you don't really think about it, especially like when you think about those actors, because we all know those actors kind of more now, you know, for who they are now. But they were so young in that movie and they were playing such young characters. I'm like, man, these are, you know, kiddos. And this isn't, oh, this could never happen. Like this is what happens to people every fucking day. You know? So I don't know. That movie
That's
is
fucked up.
really fucking sad.
Yes, it makes me cry every time as well.
Hey, you guys ever seen that movie Requiem for a Dream? Dude, that movie's messed up. But good, dude. It's good as fuck.
Also, maybe one of the best performances of all time, in my opinion, in Ellen Burstyn. I think she did incredible in that movie. To the point where it feels like you're watching a documentary by the end when, like you said, when her head is shaved and she's getting shocked and it's like, this looks so too real.
Yeah.
Just incredible performance by her. I don't know if I've seen many better.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen that movie once, and probably will never watch it again. I watched it when I was like 4.
I kind of want to watch it again now, but yeah. Shout out to Shooter McGavin.
Now, number four for me is one that I have seen a lot. And it is one that semi-recently I found out that my wife
Dude, that's hilarious.
That's good.
That's freaking funny.
You'll never get this. You'll never get this.
La, la, la,
His
la, la.
mustache, bro.
So good.
Mankini. Dude, we gotta wear that to the beach this summer, bro.
For sure.
It's so funny, dude.
That'd be
It's
so funny.
I found out that my wife had never seen this movie. And so I was like, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. And it got to the point that makes me cry. And as the scene was coming on, I was like looking at her and like kind of smirking. And I'm looking at her and I'm looking at her. I'm like, oh, it's coming. Oh, she's going to cry. Oh, she's blurry. Oh, what's going on? Oh, there's water coming out of my eyes. Oh, fuck, I'm crying too, aren't I? This movie is Interstellar.
That's
Now, the movie as a whole is a positive. It has a positive ending.
And it is a whole.
And it is a whole.
debatable, actually.
It ends on a positive note, but throughout the movie, it is very sad. And there's a particular scene when, so this is more of like, less into the realm of, you know, saddest movies I've ever seen and more into the realm of movies that make me cry without fail every single time.
Yeah.
I really was like, I'm like, when I was watching this with Taylor, I was like, I've seen this movie a fucking 100 times, bro. I'm not going to cry at the Matthew McConaughey crying scene. Like I've seen it as a meme now. And then when I was watching it in real time, I was fucking bawling, guys. That movie, like that particular scene is so heart-wrenching.
Yeah, it is.
Like, man. And it was just like, and I forget. The thing is, I remember him crying and I never remember what he's crying about. And then when she comes back on the thing, she's like, 27 now.
Yeah.
You know, you said you'd be home. And I'm just like, fuck! Like, it's so unbelievably sad. There are so many good performances. Every character has a horrific arc, you know, that leads to unbelievable sadness.
It doesn't help that the score is also super moving.
Yeah. And I remember, like, you know, learning about that score and how, like, you know, Christopher Nolan didn't give a script to Hans Zimmer. You know, he just gave him like a list of emotions and was like, hey, I want, you know, a song that sounds like this feeling, this emotion, or this setting. You know, and he didn't want him to make a space themed thing. He didn't want it to be like, you know, techno or synthy or whatever. So he didn't want him to know what the movie was about. And, you know, that could have been, you know, an urban legend or whatever. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but just the idea of that's like, yeah, that would make sense to me because the score of that movie is so grounded in the emotion. Number 3 is 3 Billboards. I always just call it 3 Billboards. I mean, we're on a first name basis. 3 Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri. I remember watching that movie for the first time and I was like, I need to own this movie. And I bought it in 4K. Not only is the story of that movie horrific, but I think that it's just a movie that makes me sad throughout the whole movie. Like, there's not a single moment of that movie that I'm like, oh, I feel good about what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's part of
I
it.
don't know what you mean. I've never seen it.
Okay. So
Well, David owns it, so you can borrow it.
you can borrow it. If you want to watch it, you can.
I'll just stream it.
3 Billboards is a movie that is sad and continues to get sadder throughout the entire movie. It is one of the ones that's very like similar to Requiem for a Dream, where I'm like, yeah, this could happen. Like, this is like a movie very grounded in reality. And it's just one of those movies where it's like, I have a hard time putting myself in that person's shoes because it's so fucking sad. Like, I don't want to empathize with this character because what she's going through is one of the saddest things you could imagine. And then when they like reveal all these other details surrounding the event that happened, I'm keeping everything vague because Mosai's never seen it. I just can't, I don't want to imagine what that is like. And it's an incredibly infuriating movie at the same time because of how many people are against this woman and like not trying to fucking help her. So yeah, it is a horrifically sad movie. It does make me cry multiple times every time that I watch it. And it has some of the best acting I've ever seen.
Who's in it?
Francis McDormand,
Francis McDormand,
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell, Peter Dinklage,
Not
and
gonna watch it then.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson's in it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love Woody Harrelson.
From Natural Born Killers. You got to watch that shit, dude.
Really? You don't
watch-
fucking say.
I watched it the other day. It's fucking sucked. It was awful.
I've been telling them to watch that movie since this fucking podcast started. So 101 episodes.
It's in the Dussy, bro.
But we watched White Man Can't Jump instead. We're so confused. We're like, what's natural about this?
That's fucked up.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
This one is pretty obvious, but it is a little movie that's less known than these other ones, called Irreversible. It is a movie I've only ever seen once and will only ever see once. It is one that is so sad and so horrific and gruesome that I don't recommend it to people. Like sometimes when a movie's like really sad, you're like, you gotta watch this movie, right? You gotta watch this movie. This movie is so fucking sad. But this one I will not recommend to people.
Yeah, smart.
I'm like, no,
Smart.
Fuck that. Like I don't want anyone to watch this. And when you add this extra context to this movie, that the goal, like, and I'm trying to like be a little bit vague because I don't feel like a lot of people watch this one, but trigger warning for sexual assault. Okay, this movie is primarily about a sexual assault that occurs, and it is shown in the movie, the full uncut length of a sexual assault.
Yeah,
And
that's tough.
the movie takes place in reverse. So it starts at the end of the movie and then it leads up. So at the beginning of this movie, it's like these two guys are clearly like trying to find someone and kill them. And you don't know why. You don't know what happened. And then you find out what happened. And then you find out their relationship to this woman and like, you know, how nothing was like their fault, but like how they could have done more to be there for her, protect her. And, you know, they weren't because they were being assholes and they were drunk and they were high and they, you know, were doing all this shit. And so it's a really, really horrific movie. And especially when you add the context that once you've watched the movie going all the way through, so the movie starts with them killing someone. And then you watch the movie and then you realize that this horrible thing happened. And then if you ever rewatch it or if you ever look up anything about it, you realize the person they kill is not even the right guy. It's the wrong guy.
Yeah.
It's a very twisted take on a revenge tale.
Yeah.
Yes, because they get the wrong guy, and they don't even just murder him; they brutally. I mean, it's some of the. Maybe I'd have to rewatch it before for real saying this because it's been a long time, and for the same reasons, it's a very hard movie to stomach. But what some of the most realistic gore I've seen in a movie. Again, don't fact check me on that because I haven't seen it in a while. But boy, oh boy, it was. So they really fuck up the wrong guy, and I believe you can see the correct person that they should have gotten, like in the background of that scene. And so it's fucked.
It is really, really awful. And it is one that's like, man, I wish I hadn't seen that, you know, and it's just like, in terms of filmmaking, I mean, it's an incredible story and it's an incredible film. Like, and it is something that's like, they are shining light on something that's really real and personal and scary and, you know, prevalent. And I think that like, even like, you know, some people say, man, they really showed the whole thing. Like, that's so fucked up. And it's like, well, some people have experienced this. So for them to not shy away from that and to show the brutal, horrific reality of what some people have gone through in their life is something that I think, you know, is not like good, you know what I'm saying, but like is
It's necessary sometimes.
necessary.
Justifiable,
sometimes.
maybe.
Justifiable for this story. Justifiable
Yeah.
for telling the story about this woman.
I can see both sides of that argument. I totally get it.
Yeah.
You know, recently it went viral on Twitter. There was reactions of that film being premiered at Cannes Film Festival, I believe. And it was people just absolutely fucking disgusted and storming out and saying this piece of shit, Gaspar Noé, never let him make another film again. That was fucking horrific. That was people hated that movie. Hated it.
It's an understandable reaction.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can see both sides. Have I ever told this story on the pod about how I recommended that to my ex-girlfriend?
No.
All right. True story. I remember when I first found this, like, kind of, it was Irreversible, my first Gaspar Noé film, and it was also my first actual like foray into like French extremism. So I was just brand new to the thing, but I was the same as you, right? It's number 2 on your list for movies that make me the most sad. So I was like, dude, this movie fucking destroyed me. I've never felt this way from a movie before. Even Requiem for a Dream. I'm just like, this really fucking destroyed me. But it was so creative and it was so different, and it had wild title cards and crazy camera movements that make you nauseous, and all this stuff that I had just never seen. And of course, it tells the story backwards. And I was like, dude, I've got to tell everybody about this, because that's just how I was. I wasn't thinking about the fact that this could easily trigger, or whatever. I was like, I have to shout from the rooftops, guys, everyone watch Irreversible. This is crazy. So I recommend it to my girlfriend at the time. Okay. And this is, I think I first saw this movie in when I was a junior in high school. So this is like 2011, right? I recommended it to her. 2 or 3 years later, she hits me up out of the blue. She went off to college. We're not together anymore. Like, she went off to college, and she calls me and tells me, "You motherfucker." I was like, "What?" She was like, "I had a bunch of friends over and we took psychedelics."
Oh my God.
And they were like, "We should watch a movie." And then she said, "Well, my ex-boyfriend recommended this movie like a while ago and I still haven't watched it. Y'all want to watch that?" And they watched Irreversible.
Oh,
A while ago was
God.
crazy.
I know.
3 years.
I know. And I was like, whoa, first of all,
Worst setting.
there are many layers to this. Like, first of all, I recommended it to you.
Yeah.
Like, not all your friends.
Did you at least give
That I
her
have never
trigger
met.
warnings before recommending?
I doubt it, honestly.
No,
Back then,
because he's like, it's got to be raw.
But
dude.
that's another. No, she didn't.
Trigger warnings didn't exist back then, to be fair. We
weren't as woke on that for sure.
We did not give trigger warnings for.
But number 2 kind of is in line with that. My number 2 issue was I recommended that movie to you when I was 17. As a 21-year-old, I would not recommend that movie to you anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was a little dumber, more naive.
I would rather tell people
and then
what
3,
happens in
yeah.
the movie than ever recommend it.
Yeah, 100%. And then 3, yeah, I did not say, by the way, watch that under the influence of something that will destroy your mind. Like, no, I'm not, like, it's just insane. Anyways, I thought that was so funny. She was obviously like lighthearted about it. She wasn't actually fucking upset with me, but she was just like, what the fuck was that? Right. And I was like, oh, yeah.
He said, they got the wrong guy, right?
I was like, hey, watch it again. But anyways, yeah, that movie will destroy you.
That movie's fucking awful.
It is.
Don't ever watch it. Now, for number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1, I have a 2-way tie.
Wait a minute.
Two-way tie.
I got a 2-way tie, and I'll tell you why. Because one of them I want to talk about, and the other one I don't want to talk about. Now, we just talked about Irreversible, how that movie is so sad and so horrific that you don't want anybody to watch that movie. Hey, just don't watch it. Just read about it. Unless you're actually into like film study and into French extremism and things like that. Sure, check it out if you have the stomach for it. But I would give someone the full warning, like, hey, this is what you're gonna see. Like that's gonna happen. I have another movie that I don't like to warn anyone about. And I don't want to tell them what it's about at all. And if I do, I keep it very vague. And I'll recommend it to all of you guys. If anybody listening to this has not seen the movie Dear Zachary, go watch that movie. All right. The other movie that is a tie.
Oh, boy.
For number 1 is Short Term 12.
I knew it.
Now, of course, this was going to be number 1 because this is my favorite movie of all time. But this is a movie that makes me cry at minimum 5 times. It's a very personal movie. It is also one of the most underrated movies, I think, of all time. Obviously, I'm going to say that because it's not rated as one of the highest, and it's my favorite movie of all time. But also, it's like, bro, this movie's got fucking Lakeith Stanfield, Rami Malek, John Gallagher, and fucking...
That's actually so true.
Brie Larson in it.
Yeah, it has Captain Marvel in it. It has Freddie Mercury in it. Like, it's crazy, actually. And then, obviously, Lakeith Stanfield had a massive movie career, too, and TV career with Atlanta. That's actually, yeah, there's a lot of really good actors in
I
that.
want to see him something soon.
Short Term 12 is a movie that touches on all of the trauma you can think of. If you experience trauma as a child, it's going to touch on that. It's going to touch on childhood abuse, sexual abuse, abandonment, It touches on being triggered in general, like the feeling of being triggered, the feeling of isolation. Like one of the things that I think Short Term 12 does really well is it's like if you ever experience like serious levels of depression, you may have felt a feeling of being alone in a group of people that support you and love you and still feeling like no one is there. And I think that Short Term 12 like represents that feeling better than any other movie I've ever seen. Like that like feeling is so heavily like thrown at you into your face. And it is a movie that makes me cry a lot, and it is horrifically sad. It does have a happy ending. There's a happy endings. Like there's multiple stories being told. Not like in a French Dispatch kind of way, but more of just like there are multiple characters. They all have their own arc. They all have their own story.
Yeah,
and
everyone's the main character.
Yeah, like everyone's the main character. Obviously, there is a main character.
Yeah,
It's fucking Captain Marvel. But like,
which is interesting too. That I love that they give that perspective. It's what makes that movie so well layered too. It's not just like you said. It's like all these different cases of child trauma, but then you get a little bit of the curtain peeled back on the person in charge of healing and protecting and helping.
Right.
Also dealing with their own trauma that has never healed. It's like it's very
like,
nuanced.
If you read the synopsis for the movie, like it's like, hey, a woman who takes care of, children in bad situations is triggered from her own trauma when she meets a new girl who is dealing with similar issues. And that is pretty much the premise of the movie. Like, when they do get this new kid in the short-term housing, that reminds her of herself when she was younger, it breaks her heart, and it makes her relive all these things that she dealt with when she was younger. And, yeah, man, there's so many fucking scenes in that movie that make me cry. There's so many scenes. There's so many scenes in this movie that make me cry. It's just impossible to get through it without it. So
yeah.
But yeah, there's just so much I love about that movie. But yeah, if you've never seen Dear Zachary, you should go watch that movie.
Yeah, don't forget about Dear Zachary. I co-sign, pretty much all of those choices of the ones I've actually seen, obviously. But heavily co-sign your number ones, both Dear Zachary and Short Term 12. Short Term 12 definitely still holds the record for most amount of times I've cried in a single movie. Yeah, good list.
Mo, have you ever seen Dear Zachary?
No, but it's on my list. Daniel told me about it.
Okay, he told you to watch it?
I know what it's about.
Oh, okay, well, do you?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm telling you, don't look anything up. Don't Google it. Don't search it. Just find it on Amazon, hit play.
Hit play, watch Dear Zachary.
And let me know what you thought.
And then hit us up afterwards. All right, so just to recap, I had presented my list of 5 red flag movies. David just finished his list of 5 movies that make him the saddest. And number one on our agenda today is to be lifted from this little bit of a downer, but a very critical thinking and it's all about movies, right? That's what this podcast is. So awesome discussions type of situation. But now we're going to lift the mood up according to Mo. Mo's list is going to be a nice little palate cleanser. So Mohamed, whenever you are ready.
All right, guys. My list is movies with the best racks.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why?
And by racks, I mean boobs, tits,
I'm doing the best at this.
hangers, fun jugs, milk cannons, fun bags, flippy floppies,
Flippy floppies.
Hey, settle down, okay?
night pillows, soft, beautiful fluffies, and I can go all day.
I believe you could.
I believe you could.
I do not doubt that.
And for the next 30 minutes, I will be
Can you fucking imagine?
Number 101. He does a Shudder list.
All right, so I have
These are all from movies specifically, correct?
these are from movies, not from shows.
He understood the assignment.
Because if I had to do shows, I mean, brother, the list would have to be a lot longer than this. I'll start with my honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
It is Species, a horror sci-fi movie from 1995. Have you guys seen it? by chance?
No.
1995? Nope. Nope. No, sir.
It's really not that bad of a movie, but it's pretty fucking bad. The sequels are fucking awful, and they don't have very much rack in it. But 1995, I don't know the actress's name. She's drop dead gorgeous and has wonderful breasts.
Why honorable mention? What kept them off the list?
Well, it's just not one of the movies that when I'm in the mood to see some, cannons. It's not a movie that I really go to often. But if you're into, if you're into boobs, definitely throw it into your rotation. It's a great film for boobs.
For boobs.
All right, number 5.
Number 5.
Dave, you might actually appreciate this one.
Okay.
Friday the 13th, Part 5.
Part 5.
1985 is when it came out.
Wow.
There's 2 films from 1985 on this list. The 70s and 80s are, especially
Tit
horror,
City.
are known for their great big breasts.
Right.
And this scene in particular, I think the character's, I can't remember her name. It's like Debbie Lou or something like that, but her last name is Voorhees, actually. And brother. Hangers.
Hangers.
Yeah.
Tasteful. It's tasteful, though. But,
you-
here's the thing with the
You
80s.
could make a whole list of the best hangers from Friday the 13th movies.
For sure.
Like that could be a whole thing. Because I remember on Friday the 13th last year around Halloween, there was a Friday the 13th, and we got together and we played board games and we played all of the Friday the 13th movies in the background, and we all just cheered whenever there was boobs or death.
Yep.
Boobs or gore. We were like, and then we would just be like, anytime they were showing anything else, we were like, boobs or gore, boobs or gore.
I mean, yeah, Friday the 13th is, that's always been their thing is boobs and gore.
You get
heavy
you show
on the
tits,
boobs.
you die. Show tits, you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great pair. Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4 is a movie that I have recommended to Daniel, actually, and now I'm formally recommending to you, David.
Okay.
And all of the Wild Dream listeners, because it is actually a really fucking good movie. It is a horror movie about a lady who is in a convent with nuns, and she miraculously gets pregnant with twins. I'm not going to say anymore because I'll probably spoil it, but the movie is called Deliver Us. There are 2 sets of wonderful breasts in this film. Oh, man. I'm reminiscing now, chat.
Podcasting with one hand.
Guys, go to the Patreon to see the uncut, uncensored clips from the.
Hell no.
Go to the Patreon to see me uncut. And I also get cut live on Patreon. So just go to the Patreon to see that.
Oh my.
No, so Deliver Us is a great film. They're the two boobs, 2 pairs of boobs that you see are very different. Different taste of boobs, if you will. One are, large, voluptuous milk cannons. The other are nice, I won't say petite, but relatively humble breasts. Both great nipple proportions.
Such an academic, this guy.
You really put some thought into this.
I will say, outside, even if you don't like this movie, you will walk away thanking me because I am not kidding. They're just good. They're just good boobs. Okay?
So even if we don't like the movie, we will thank you for recommending those tits.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out as soon as we're done with this podcast episode.
Yeah, as soon as you're.
Yeah, Google that, Dave.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3. Number 3 is also from 1985, just like number 5.
Wow.
Friday the 13th, Part 5. Number 3 is nothing but nudity. Number 3 is a sci-fi movie. It is technically about vampires, but it's kind of leans more to the sci-fi side, in my opinion. The actress, the lead actress in this movie, her name is Matilda May, and she is, I shit you not, butt-ass naked the entire movie.
Okay.
And she is, she's probably old now. She could still be beautiful, I don't know. But in this movie,
She could be.
she's probably old and saggy, and, you know.
Gross.
But man, I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna come.
Great movie if you're into vampire lore, which almost always coincides with like sexuality and nudity, then you will like this movie.
Does that track?
What? Yes. Vampires and sexuality.
Nudity and they're always naked and sucking each
Wait,
other's
so what's
dicks.
the name of the movie?
Have I not said the movie name yet?
You said naked all the time?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So the lead actress in this movie, her name's Matilda May, IRL. The name of this movie is Life Force. One word, Life Force.
I thought the name of the movie was Naked All the Time. Because you were like,
it
number
should
3,
be.
Naked All the Time.
Yeah, it should be naked all the time.
Okay. Life Force.
Life
Life
Force.
Force.
One word, Life Force. It's
Is this
honest.
a prequel to G-Force?
It's actually a prequel to G Spot. Yeah. And that is actually based off of the book Areolas.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's layers. It's deep.
Yeah. Layers.
Layers, yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. That was,
and also it's a good movie too, I will say. It's not all
It's always Fuji's and Funyuns.
It's our sci-fi drop.
it's our sci-fi drop.
it is a good movie if you're into vampire lore. If you're not, you probably won't like it.
Okay.
Where am I? Number 2.
Number
2.
Number 2 is a repeat of this list. Number 2 is a repeat movie from Daniel's list. And I'm going to preface this by saying this movie only made the list because of one person and one scene. Well, 2 scenes. Maybe 3. That is The Wolf of Wall Street.
Mm-hmm. Leonardo DiCaprio's cock.
Leonardo DiCaprio when he's on the bed fighting with Margot Robbie and his nice, juicy man boobies are bouncing up and down. I mean, you just can't ask for anything. No, if you haven't seen the movie, there's a scene in the movie where Leonardo DiCaprio takes Margot Robbie's character on a date. They go back to her place. She's like, I'm going to slip into something more comfortable. And he's like, okay. And then, he's fiddling with the fireplace, trying to get the fire going. She opens her doors and she is completely naked except for like thigh-high pantyhose. And my fucking God. I mean,
The Awakening.
women are superior. Truthfully. Like
They would have got you in Species, bro.
They hold so
would've
much
got your
power.
ass in Species, bro.
Don't put me in Species. Don't put me in Species now. Don't put me in Species now. I see a good pair on me. On me. I do have a good pair. That's my number 1, me.
Now, Margot Robbie, obviously very attractive. I don't think she's known for her tits.
Well, the thing is here's the thing. When I say great racks, I should have prefaced this before I even started. I don't mean like just gargantuous,
Yeah.
big
Yeah, it's not size.
milkers. I'm talking just like nice, beautiful boobs. Mm-hmm. And Margot Robbie has shown us that she has wonderful, beautiful, shiny, smooth.
I mean, she played Barbie, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. She's hot.
She's perfect.
Hot take. Mo thinks Margot Robbie's hot.
But there's a lot
Yeah.
of tits in Wolf of Wall Street, too, though.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. This isn't on my list because of the other tits. It's only on my list because of those few scenes that Margot Robbie is nude in.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She holds that much power over me.
Yeah, the overhead shot in the bed when her boobs are out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hot.
I
I remember seeing that movie. Yeah, I think I was with y'all because I did see that movie in theaters, and yeah, it was. I remember thinking, "What? Oh, I can't wait to see this again."
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
There's certain scenes.
That's my opinion!
Yep. Okay, number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1 is one of the biggest directors, maybe of all time. I know Daniel hasn't seen many of his movies, if any at all.
I'm retarded.
I know Daniel hasn't seen many of his movies or any at all. I think David's a fan.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Let's find out.
It's Stanley Kubrick.
Huge fan.
Okay, so you know what movie I'm talking about then. Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide Shut is a movie starring Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Tom Cruise finds himself
In a sex cult.
involved in a sex cult.
We've all been there.
And you know, it's like very like a cultish and funky, but I mean, this isn't. If you Google, and I don't ever do this, but if you Google movies with the most tits, this movie is
Always
going to be
yeah.
on the list.
Well, because there's like 40 straight minutes of
Yeah, I mean, there's
just like 100 nude people.
Yeah, there's-
all
there-
sucking and fucking.
Yeah, there's a scene where Tom Cruise goes into the sex cult and it's a masquerade party. And every woman is butt ass naked and they're all beautiful.
Or so we think. Their faces are covered.
Ah.
They could be fucking butterfaces, dude.
They're beautiful. They are nice. They are hanging. Okay, yeah, so what propels us to number one? There's two reasons why this movie is my number one. First and foremost, you get to see cheeky, it's not full blown, but just subtle nude images of Nicole Kidman, who is, you know, she's always held like a lot of sex appeal in Hollywood. And then secondly,
Chick from the AMC thing?
yeah, believe it or
I'm
not,
cutting yours out.
second reason is because of the aforementioned scene that lasts 40 minutes or so, where it's just nothing but, you know, beautiful women walking around in, you know, a very sexual party. So yeah, that's my that is my list of. So yeah, that is my top 5 movies with the best racks.
Wow. That is beautiful, and I'm really glad that we did this. I'm curious if our listeners would want more episodes like this. What do you think?
I have plenty more movies about racks, guys.
Honestly, even like, I think a good list would be worst sex scenes of all time.
Or best sex scenes, you know?
Well, that's our list. So you guys, if you have a list of movies that you want to share, feel free to hit us up. We are at Wild Dream Pod on Instagram and TikTok. If you want to come check us out live, maybe have some discussions like this live on some of our Just Chatting streams, or come talk to us while we're gaming, we would love to have you there, whether you're watching, commenting, or, you know, just even hanging out, or even if you come and watch the videos afterwards and leave a comment on the YouTube. That's fine by us. We just want to see everybody enjoying the stuff that we're putting out there, and we appreciate all of the support. We are at Wild Dream Stream on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Until next time, we love you. We kiss you. Good night.
Good night.